Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here, and today we have the first ban from OU for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. Naganadel has been banned from the OU tier. Now, I'll be going through what they said, and I do want to know your thoughts on this. Now, I'm pretty sure we all had a feeling that this Pokemon would be suspected. It kind of like forced the meta in a way where Assault Vest T-Tar had to be run, and that also had a little bit to do, or a lot to do with Blacephalon. But the set the council believes, or the council believes, that breaks the game or makes this Pokemon broken is the Nasty Plot plus Dragonium set. Basically, it's unwallable outside of Heatran and Assault Vest T-Tar, and then of course you have Pokemon like Assault Vest Slowking, which could also take a hit, and a few other ones. But even them, they're not as good because Assault Vest T-Tar is running around, and it also weakens all of its switch-ins. But they showed a little bit of calcs right here, and they showed it like versus Stall. Like for example, Stall did nothing to this thing. Like Stall was able to beat it just because it's part poison type, so you weren't able to wear it down with Toxic. It gets free Nasty Plot versus pretty much everything. And then of course they talked about how it had near perfect coverage and access to Nasty Plot. It's true. Dragon, Steel only misses out, or Dragon Poison only misses out on Steel, and then this Pokemon had access to Fire Blast. It also had Thunderbolt, but Fire Blast is a lot more respectable, hitting Ferrothorn, Scizor, Skarmory, Celesteela, Magearna all in one. And it's one of those mons that they talk about how like Beast Boost also helped it a lot, right? Because when a Pokemon is hard to switch into, usually it's easier to handle with Scarfers or checks. But then, of course, in this Pokemon's case, once it got a Beast Boost, it could outspeed most of its Scarfers outside of Pokemon like Scarf Greninja or Pokemon above that speed tier. And allowing it to be a very, very potent sweeper. And even single-handedly even beat things like Rain, if it got 2 speed boosts and whatnot, which it could very well get because it could just Nasty Plot up versus the Pokemon like Pelipper, more passive Pokemon like Pelipper, and then drop a Draco. If Tapu Koko came in, Thunderbolt wasn't a KO on that thing, and that thing could just go for Sludge Wave, get a boost. So it's things like that. And then they even actually talked about, in terms of counterplay, and they said they even addressed some of the primary counter arguments, which I actually like a lot. Because I think this is something more new. They said it doesn't set up that easily since it has common weaknesses and fairly poor bulk. I agree that it does have poor bulk, but the notion that it doesn't set up easily is just wrong. A lot of passive Pokemon, they named a bunch: Toxapex, Rotom, Sableye, Mantine, Non-EQ, Mega Venusaur, Ferrothorn. It was not really one of them, but it did give it a speed boost if Naganadel decided to stay in and go for Fire Blast, and even then, after that, it's a little bit easier to plot. Scarf Keldeo. Again, it could also, like I said, Sludge Wave Koko, which could 2 KO. Koko could 2 KO with Magnet Thunderbolt, but Sludge Wave would knock it out and obviously give it that speed boost. So they talk about how the issue and how it pretty much creates 50-50 scenarios, which is true. Again, versus Pokemon like Ferrothorn, for example. Ferrothorn can knock it out with Gyro Ball, but maybe if you lose Ferrothorn, you're weaker to Exmon on the team, so I can understand that. Another point they said, it doesn't restrict team building that much because most of the counterplaying is Pokemon that are already pretty good. The issue with this is even when you pack appropriate counterplay, Naganadel still applies immense pressure and usually an advantage to the user. All offensive counterplay assumes a free switch-in, meaning that Naganadel already got a KO. Some of the anti-ban argument treat it like a victory when Naganadel isn't able to sweep, but if you're forced to make a sacrifice to prevent this, then it really isn't a victory at all. Even the defensive checks aren't surefire, especially defensive Heatran's Earth Power fails to KO and has potential to drop to Devastating Drake after second Nasty Plot, and that's true. Plus 4 Nasty Plot, Devastating Drake can knock out Spadef Heatran, which is the only one that could actually take a hit from it. It's not an unstoppable sweeper. Again, that's true, but they already mentioned how basically you'll end up losing a Pokemon unless your team has AV-T-Tar. And even AV-T-Tar, if I pressure you with Spikes, bring in Naganadel, and then double switch immediately out as you bring in T-Tar, I'm wearing you down. So it's a mon like that. And then of course there are, other options. Like it didn't always have to be Choice Scarf, Nasty Plot. It could be like Choice Scarf or Choice Specs with U-turn just to wear in T-Tar or wear down T-Tar. And of course those aren't really the sets that broke the metagame itself. Nasty Plot was the better one. It's predictable. Yeah, well, so is Primal Grotto. Again, I agree with what they have right here. Like, just because you know what a Pokemon can do does not mean it's not good. Landers. And even Landorus isn't really a good example because you don't know what it can do until it does it. Um, it and again, they're and my sarcasm trying to kick him, but they're right. Like it literally has all it needs in this one set. It's true. Perfect coverage in that. Doesn't matter if you know what it's gonna do. In fact, the fact that you know what it could do makes it even more scary because it creates these 50-50 scenarios where okay, I know that if it nasty plots here, I'll lose, and I can gyro ball with Ferrothorn. But if I lose Ferrothorn, I can lose to their Greninja in the back or to their Tapu Koko in the back. So what do I do here? It's relying on Z-moves for Okos. That's definitely not true. Draco Meteor is strong as hell. You have a strong move in Sludge Wave and strong move in Fire Blast. If anything, missing Fire Blast was like big. Oh, then missing most of its moves would have been big. But either way, all this, they decided that Naganadel is quick ban from the overused tier. Really interesting to think about this. Especially because I actually already made a video that's going up later today talking about the new Uber's policy that they have. And again, I don't want to go too much into detail with that, but the fact that they banned a Pokemon that they think is broken for the tier, right? And then Blender tweeted about it, and I was like, yeah, that they allow a Pokemon like Landorus, but Landorus at the same time is a Pokemon that also holds the tier together, you could argue. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this? I'm still surprised that Greninja was never suspected in Sun and Moon. I'm going to be completely honest, but I do know your thoughts, and even Magearna. But like I said, let me know your thoughts on Naganadel being banned. How do you think the metagame would change? Will we see less AVT-Tar? I think we will see less AVT-Tar for sure, because Tyranitar can go back to just being a good Pokemon in itself. All it needs is Pursuit to beat Blacephalon anyway. So I definitely think we'll go back more to maybe Choice Band. Mega might still be running around with Pursuit as well as Dragon Dance, but I think we'll definitely see less of Assault Vest Tyranitar in every single team. But like I said, let me know your thoughts. I'll leave the thread down below. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.